Chapter 3 read through of Friends or More. The first item on the docket. Call Lori and set up a date. Her mom owns a Dairy Queen, so it should minimize the inevitable awkwardness that will emerge. Pope had informed, handing Rochelle pieces of paper with required intel. Rochelle nodded as she skimmed through the papers. It was taking all this with an air of control. She was slowly getting used to this plan, and the faster she had this all over with, the faster she could resume and focus on far more important things, such as her basketball form. We're already choosing your outfit. We're thinking casual, but not in a way it screams out loud and makes it look like we're not taking it seriously, but it's still casual enough so that your first thought when it is seeing, that's a casual, well, not in an oppressive way, kind of casual, you know? Hello, Chet ranted. It as Rochelle yanked the outfit out of the closet and toward the bed to be dry cleaned. Also, we're on a tight budget, so we've got a pitch for you. Your wallet called up to attend the surprise second Coachella of the year with Barack Obama. What was it gonna do? Say no? Chill illustrated with a giant whiteboard. Chill wiped away a tear. Inspiring. If it wasn't our budget, I'd have us dating too. Same, but two sapphic couples in one story is not affordable. I understand. Oh, and here's my contribution. Michelle floated in, her voice sticking on a giddy, drunk tone. Handing over a piece of paper, she clapped her hands in anticipation of Rochelle's. All this says is Mrs. Rochelle Rodriguez all over and over. Well, duh. We'd keep our name if we got married. Rochelle used her chest, feeling a bout of panic strike her. We are not talking about marriage! No, we aren't. We should. Let's start. No, we aren't. We should. Let's start talking. Let's start discussing vows. I'm thinking we start with her panic-stricken lemur eyes when she gets called on in class. Michelle began to gush about Lori. But this only pissed off Rochelle off more. I don't get this. Why are you like this? Sure, I might have felt a tiny bit of attraction for Lori a few hours ago, but it's not like I've been crushing on her since this entire time. Why are you already so fixated? It's like this has been going on for Rochelle began to rant, only realizing what it really meant by the time she began trailing off her train of thought. Slowly staring at Pink Shell in horror, the pink Rochelle offered. Sassy, look, hey girl, not my fault your security. You didn't let me pass through up until now. You've had it bad for a long time. You just weren't vulnerable enough to admit it until today. That is boom. Shell imitated explosions. Shell felt the explosions in her heart. She clutched her chest area in pain. No, this couldn't be happening. This could be more serious than it seemed. This had to be nipped in the bud, and now personally, Rochelle spat as she studied her breathing or the floating items around her room. When I drew up this quarter's goal, I remember advising all of you that we have to budget accordingly. I think we can all agree that a heart attack from feeling attracted to my best friend is a little bit pricey right now. Counterpoint, she's pretty. Michelle laughed in Rochelle's face, only to get spiked right up in the nose. Hey, if I bleed, you bleed. Nothing I haven't dealt with before. Rochelle waved her off as she grabbed her phone and took a deep breath. Okay, so, how do I look? She asked, tapping her cheeks slightly to make them looser. Do I look good or good? You know, intonation? and very important here. It could be worth a promotion. Mrs. CEO, it's a phone call, not a video call. She can't see you. Rochelle, who hasn't appeared up until now, pointed her finger up in a nervous fear. The other Rochelle's all stared warily at Rochelle until herself slowly lifted a toy bomb and threw it at Rochelle, who promptly exploded and disappeared off the face of the earth. Anyone else feeling brave? Rochelle asked, as the other boys all shook their head in fear. Good! Rochelle responded, dialing number 5 and looking. Now watch and learn. I'm gonna be smooth as butter. Before the ring could even reach its halfway point, Lori replied, which of course stressed her out instantly. Oh, desperate. I bet she noticed that. Why wouldn't she? We did and we noticed nothing. This is such a terrible start and you haven't even spoken a single word. I, for one, am impressed, Sweaty began. But Moxie set her on fire and patted Lori's head, encouraging her. Come on, champ. Raise her up. Nodding Lori, he let a confident laugh and said in a really breathy voice, she remembered the French movie that had such voices. Hey girl, what's babooing in your Abadalash zip code? What the fuck was that? Moxie asked, face palming, and Lori, he blushing hard, covering the I don't know, I panicked! Shell on the other line blushed too, but not for the reason Lori feared. Why is she so weird, and why is that so cute? She mumbled in a dry voice, before taking a deep breath and choking in a far less confident Hey Lori, was just calling to, ask you something concerning earlier. I'm really learning a lot, Pink Shell teased, making Rochelle bite the air near her. She wants to ask a question? What is this? School? I'm terrible at questions. Ask anyone, except me! Because as previously mentioned, I'm terrible at questions, Lori told Moxie, but the fire spirit shook his head and pointed at the foot unflinchingly. Remain cool. Just say the opposite of what you would normally say. Lori tapped her chin, then shot 2 finger guns while bounced on the front of her knee, which inevitably hit her on the forehead, and she replied, Fire away, Roshi Artichoke. She's acting so confident. Is she into the idea of us being a couple? I would have never expected Lori to be in the lead of something like this. Kinda hot, not gonna lie. Rochelle admitted. Or snapping in the focus. No, this would not do! She has to lead them out so we can deal at a different, more convenient time. Like when they were near their deathbeds. Well, I was just thinking of how addictive your laugh is. Like a cracked adult Tootsie Roll. How messy your hair is. Like a janitor's mop. How unhinged your smile is. Like you're kind of insane. Let's sigh. Hell raved on and on about Lori, making Rochelle choke her on one hand. I was just thinking about, we haven't heard about it in a long time. Rochelle lied through her teeth, hoping Lori would read through the subtext. But didn't we hang out yesterday? Lori asked Moxie, who shook his head. She's saying that because she wants to ask you out. People lie when they ask you out? I'm learning so much. Lori's voice in awe as she returned to her call. Oh yeah, that's totally not false. And I definitely don't think we should hang out with my mom's Dairy Queen. She winked at Moxie, who flashed 2 thumbs up.